Who can tell me who coined that phrase?
Dalai Lama.
Buffett, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lukas Pulowski with Legg Mason, and today I'm here to present to you an idea that will help you be greedy for your clients, but in a responsible way. Now, if you look at the overall economic picture, I'm pretty sure that most of us can agree that fundamentals are improving, and at some point we're going to see a rise in rates. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. And in order to navigate through these uncharted waters, you're going to need the expertise of a tactical manager like Western to help you out there. Now, Western is actually one of the largest fixed income managers in the world. We have a very deep credit bench, and we employ a team approach. To give you an idea of the expertise behind our credit bench, I want to throw out a number out there, 1.89. That's the average default rate within our high income suite of funds. Can anyone tell me what the average default rate over a 5-year period is to its respective benchmark, which is the Moody's 5-year index? It's 4.43. So that's almost 2.5 times that of Western. So again, kind of gives you some idea of the expertise behind the portfolios. But in regards to how we're going to maneuver through this current environment, we're looking for 3 things. Number 1, duration. We're going to keep a short duration. Currently, we're sitting at 2.92, and we're mandated to stay within a 3-year time frame. Number 2, correlation. We're looking to be tactical with these non-correlated asset classes like high yield, emerging market debt, non-agency mortgages, bank loans. All have negative correlation or very low correlation to the market, and we'd actually even go 50% bank loans if we needed to. Number 3, high coupons, to basically recycle back in order to mitigate interest rate volatility. Right now, our fund is sitting at 6.59 on the iShare in terms of yield. That's 6.59 under 3 years. Not to mention the opportunity we're seeing on the total return side of the equation with this whole refinancing boom we've been experiencing in the asset class. So back to my original quote, quoted by Warren Buffett. Be greedy when others are fearful. Buffett just purchased Heinz, which Western also saw value in. Guess what? Heinz was below investment grade. What are they now? They are investment grade. Buffett was greedy, Western was greedy, it's your turn to be greedy. I'll take any questions. Thank you.
The yield for the portfolio sounds a little bit high, especially with such a tight duration. I mean, how are they making that work in the portfolio?
How are they obtaining a 6.59 yield?
Yeah.
Well, Western's view right now is that really it's more of a interest rate environment. You know, back in 2008, that was more of a credit environment, and credit was what got hurt. What Western's doing right now, since fundamentals, like I mentioned before, have been improving, they've been venturing a little bit further out on the risk spectrum and buying into triple C's, single B's, and that's really how they're able to obtain such a high yield. They're really going out there in terms of the risk spectrum.
I sold out of most of my high yield and bought floating rate bank loans. Could you kind of touch on why Western feels there's more opportunity in high yield currently?
Very good question, and that's actually been a huge concern of Western's and also mine. In the bank loan market, it's been a very oversaturated market. Western at this point just doesn't feel there's a ton of value in that space. If you look at the flows in bank loans, prior to this year, the record amount of flows was about $5 billion into that space. It's $30 billion this year. So we, again, have the ability to move 50% bank loans when we feel the time is right and we think there's value in the space, and we will. The second point on that is that you really have to watch out with these bank loans because over 60% of these bank loans actually have LIBOR floors attached to them. With these LIBOR floors, these bank loans actually don't adjust until LIBOR hits about 120. Right now we're sitting at 20 basis points. So we really have to see a huge move in LIBOR in order for these to even have the desired outcome that you want them to have. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Lucas, thanks again for coming.
Thanks for being here, Mel.
Yeah, huge fan of Western. I actually own some Western. I own HYI. It's been a great investment for my clients. But, you know, recently with the pullback, HYI is selling about an 8.5% discount. The yield's 9%, and the duration's sitting about 3.7. Why wouldn't I want to buy that instead of the open-end fund?
Well, HYI is going to be purely high yield. When you're moving into a rising interest rate environment, I think you want to have a little bit more flexibility in terms of the different types of asset classes that you can move into. So again, if we do move into more of a rising rate environment, this fund actually has the ability to move into some of those other sectors that I mentioned before, i.e. bank loans, emerging market debt, and non-agency mortgages, all which again have negative correlations to the market. So you're not just stuck in one type of asset class like you would be with HYI. You actually have the ability to move into a couple of different asset classes and offset some of the volatility you might see in high yield, for instance.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Pete, I have. You have.
No.